And now you're heading over to part 2 of that episode right over there. All right, everyone, we're back with Michelle Slater. Welcome back. Let's talk about you a little more, because I want people to know a little bit more about, like, who's this person? What are your PhD? What are your PhD in?
So, Josh, thanks for having me back. And let's see. So, my PhD is from Johns Hopkins, but it's not in medicine. It is actually in comparative literature, French literature, philosophy, mostly 20th, 21st century. And so I am a former professor of comparative literature, French literature.
Wow. And now we have this book on healing. How cool is that? I mean, you're very well versed in 2 very different subjects. That's so cool. So
I have to say, Josh, that I had a lifelong interest in nutrition. I had probably read 100 nutrition books by the time I was 17, 18 years old. So it was always like a hobby. And since I'm a trained researcher, it wasn't so much of a jump to just apply research skills to something that actually ended up really applying to me with my own health. So all of my training went into writing this book.
Yeah, that's so cool. It really is. I mean, it's just, it's neat how you innately knew when you were a teenager that this may come full circle, that you may need all of the things you were studying.
Yeah, that's wild, isn't it?
Yeah, it's very wild. So what's the future look like? What are you looking forward to? What's coming up? Is there another book? Are you going back to Siberia to do, some other thing I don't know about?
Yes, well, Josh, those are all great questions. I'm so excited about life. Now that I've been well for the last 5 years, I always get very excited about the present and the future. And the first part of the question, other books, I wrote like a fiend during the pandemic. And once I got my brain back, I had no idea that you could get your brain back. And so once I did, I was like, I have my brain back, I have to get to writing. So I have 3 more books that I'm now trying to bring out into the world in the publishing industry. And so one of them is actually similar to Starving to Heal in Siberia insofar as it's like a memoir / self-help recovery story, but about a dog.
Okay.
So it's called Soulmate Dog, Becoming Fluent in the Language of Dog. And
oh, cool.
And so, yeah, it's also about a really, powerful story about a dog that recovered from an illness where vets, thought he should be put down and ended up recovering.
I'm a dog person, so you got me there already.
Yes, I am too. In fact, I have a dog here. Maybe you can't see him. I have this big Swiss White Shepherd who's curled up over there watching us have this interview.
Very well behaved.
The mascot of the day.
I have a coonhound mix who, if he was sitting in here and saw 2 people talking, not paying attention, he might get very upset and start howling at me. So.
I see. And then I wrote a novel that takes place in the Berkshires. That I'm working to get published, and then I'm finishing up the academic book that I was working on when I got sick with Lyme disease.
Okay.
That's largely around the literature of Milan Kundera.
Okay.
And in terms of going back to Siberia, well, given the situation right now, and I don't have to go to Siberia. However, my wonderful medical doctor, Dr. Sergei Ivanovich Pilonov, who wrote the foreword to my book, he runs his dry fasting retreats now in Turkey and Montenegro. Okay. Those are neutral places for people to go in terms of getting a visa, and he likes to do his dry fast near water. And so he would like me to come and do a dry fast with him where I lead the meditations, I talk about the book. People maybe who have read the book would like to sign up. So we're working on putting that together.
A nice collaboration.
Yes. Well, we stay in close touch. I must be one of his most grateful patients. I let him know all the time. So we are working on putting that together. And I have more books to write. I'm also a musician.
Oh wow!
I've gotten back into playing my instruments, and I have a young daughter And I like to give her the gift of nature. So since she was born, I've always been outside strapping her to my chest skiing or hiking with her. Now she's skiing on her own, which is amazing. So, I think just being out in the outdoor world and, showing the younger generations how to care for
cool.
it is important. And then I have more writing to do. So
yeah,
I'm
that's so
excited.
cool. Yeah, it sounds like you got a full plate and then some, and I always talk about nature as vitamin N. We definitely need a whole lot more of it all the time. It's beautiful. I'm sure where you are as well, but it's beautiful weather outside today. And I just had to sit outside with my dog and eat lunch. And I didn't want to come inside and get on the interview, to be honest with you. I'm like, it was like 30 degrees this morning and it's 60 now. So this is so good. But I'm very grateful that we have had the time to have this conversation. The impact I think you're going to have, and you already are having around the world. And I hope you get on many more podcasts and video shows and all sorts of things, because this is huge. It's something as simple as a 9-day fast transforming a life. I mean, and lives, right? I mean, people have been doing this before you.
Absolutely.
Right. I've never even heard of this. And I'm so deep in down this rabbit hole of natural health. So this is very cool. I'm glad you're the first. So I'm grateful for it.
Thank you, Josh. I have been really up to speed on about every natural healing modality imaginable as well. It had been a lifelong interest that I'd had, and I had never heard of it either. But I had heard all the fears around not having food or water. And so I thought that, like I said, I really felt like I had a responsibility to bring this to America and and Western Europe and anyone else anywhere in the world, really, not to those places. But it is more known in Russia, where my doctor practices.
Yeah.
But yes, I think that it's a key addition to what's already out there.
Yeah, I think it's very powerful. We'll finish with this. I mean, in this country, it's a land of abundance here in the U.S., but we have the largest abundance of disease, the largest abundance of bad food, genetically modified food, all this garbage that gets put into our lives. It's good to have something, and I say that it's nothing in a sense that there's no food, but disconnecting from all of the toxicity that's out there is going to be. People do a 1-day fast or a 3-day fast, they're going to go, holy crap, I can't believe how good I feel. And then Absolutely. They follow the process and if they get to that 9-day, even if they do half of it, they're going to start to go, wow, there is more out there than just, I'm going to go on a diet for, and eat only, Snicker bars only because they're low calorie. No, I'm just kidding. Right. Type of thing. So all kidding aside, this has been fun. It's been very insightful for me. I can't say I'm going to start it or try it very soon, with my running situation that's going on. I'm not sure if I can do 9 days of running and not eating, but I'm very intrigued, and I more than likely will probably do it sooner than later. I just got to see how I can function practicing and working with patients by doing this.
Absolutely. I just do want to add that running is not okay on the dry fast.
Yeah, I would imagine that.
Oh gosh, walking, even power walking, all of that is fine, but you don't want to tax the body to that extent as well if you're not providing it with an external power supply. So yes, that's right. That is a tricky thing to navigate, but if you can, carve out time and set it aside.
Yeah, I will for sure. Yeah, I think this is something that's definitely in my destiny here in the near future. I'm into really checking out things that can radically change my life, my longevity, and nobody knows what's going on inside, really. Right. So might as well kill the bad stuff, when you're good, and kill the bad stuff when it's bad. So I'm all for it. So thank you so much, Michelle. This has been a blast. Everybody, make sure you scroll down on the page you're watching this and start clicking some links for Michelle. Get the book, get the audio book if you're a runner or in a car, or if that's just what you want to do. And we'll see y'all soon on the next episode. Michelle, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me, Josh.
So you're still here. Awesome. I want to thank you so much for watching part 2 of this episode. Make sure you scroll down on the page you're on right now and join our tribe of human-powered life heroes. You definitely want to be the first to get information on new episodes, new videos, product launches, live events, affiliate discounts, and so much more. So have a great day, evening, or night, and we'll see you on the next episode. Bye-bye.